Hi there, I'm Luma. How are you doing? A lot going on, right? A lot going on. Okay, so in this video, I want to share some insights about cultivating a state of inner stability when we're meeting external turbulence and also internal turbulence within ourselves, mental and emotional turbulence within ourselves, okay? So, why are we experiencing turbulence, energetic turbulence, emotional, mental turbulence? And I spoke about this in my previous video when I talked about the ascension gates being open. Yeah. So what does that mean? A lot more higher frequencies coming through and illuminating and revealing any places where we are holding insecurity, instability, wherever we're out of integrity, wherever we're not grounded in our truth and our authentic self. Yeah, that's these higher frequencies are going to come in and hit that. So if you've been feeling wobbly or a bit bashed around, if you've been spinning out with a lot of anxieties, heightened states of fear or heightened states of emotions, if you've been feeling on the other end of the scale, very low, sleeping a lot, really tired, going through, again, a lot of people reporting a lot of physical sensations, aches, pains, headaches, tiredness, fatigue. Okay, we're going through so much right now, so very much. So right at the outset, be really patient with yourself, be very kind, be very respectful of yourself and respectful of others. Everybody's going through their own shit at the moment. And on the other side of it, extraordinary beauty, expanded states of consciousness, moments of inner calm. Yeah. I'm getting these wild fluctuations here. Today's a beautiful, clear day. The herring fishing season is just opening up here. So what does that mean? There's a lot of more sea lions out here. A lot more eagles come in. Fish boats just arrived today here as well. So it's a very dynamic time coming into March here. Okay, so let's talk about inner stability within yourself. Okay, so again, we're coming into, you're on the spiritual path here, everyone listening to the video. So coming into an authentic and integral expression of yourself. Okay. So we got these higher frequencies, soul essence. I talked about this in the last video. A lot more of your soul essence coming through. Yeah. Maybe a lot more ideas. Yeah. It could be full of ideas, full of changes that you want to make, going through a rapid expansion. Okay. So, so let's talk about how do you maintain a state of inner stability? Yeah. When you're meeting internal turbulence. Let's look at internal turbulence first. Okay. So that's when emotional and mental patterns that you just lived with for a long time start to get stirred up. Yeah. So your soul's coming in to do a big a big cleanup job. It's like, whoa, this mental pattern, this emotional pattern isn't so stable. It really can't hold higher states of consciousness. It can't hold these higher frequencies coming in. So it's, short circuiting. It can't ground. It can't ground. Okay. So what to do when that's happening, when you're in those emotional highs or lows, or step back, actually, like, stand up and physically take a step back, get yourself out of that mental state or that emotional state. Take those deep breaths, really just step back. You want to be a witness. Yeah. You want to be a witness, because those things that are unstable, they're starting to crumble and collapse and fall apart. So you don't want to be inside a collapsing house. Okay. You want to get yourself out to stable ground. Okay. So that's where you become a witness. That's where you align with your authentic self, your soul self, where you can witness wow, look at this rearrangement that's going on in my system. Yeah. So, what am I being shown here? What do I need to take care of within myself right now? What help or support do I need to ask for right now? If you can't get that perspective, go to a friend, go to a practitioner, someone who's not embroiled in that kind of state or that pattern that you're in, so they can hold that more calm and neutral presence for you if you are having trouble getting to that stable, calm place of witnessing yourself. Okay, always go outside, lean into a tree, sit on the earth, barefoot on the ground if you're able to, even on the snow. Okay. So again, so grounding, right? I always talk about grounding. Everyone talks about grounding. What is grounding for you? Yeah. Sometimes it can just be comforting and soothing. Like, when you're ungrounded, what does that mean energetically? Yeah. Too much electrical charge, like way too much electrical charge, right? So higher frequencies coming in, whoa, we go into those like kind of high expansive states, and there's lots of shimmering and glittering, and and then that can also bring us into very ungrounded mental states. Yeah, ungrounded emotional states. Whoa, there's the turbulence there. That's an excess electrical charge. Yeah. So that's why grounding is so important, like discharging any of the excess electrical. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's you eat some more warming and grounding kinds of foods. Yeah. Don't be hard on yourself if you're turning to comfort foods at this moment. Anything that's just going to give you some stability. Yeah. To ground these higher frequencies. Okay, so let's look a bit more at energy mechanics. So we've got this higher electrical charge that's going on. We also have a very low vibrational magnetic response to that heightened electrical charge. It's going to, the magnetic in our structures is going to try and balance that high with a low. Yeah, so you might be fluctuating between those states of expansion and then going into contraction, stuckness, lethargy, apathy, tiredness, right? Don't be hard on yourself here. You just might be, that might be a way that your magnetic system is trying to ground the excess high frequency electrical charge. Yeah. So we're just, playing a little bit of a balancing act here with the excess electrical, too low magnetic. Yeah. So we just want to get them coming in so they can actually communicate with each other. Yeah. So you can think of it in terms of those energy mechanics. Yeah. Sometimes that's helpful to think of energy mechanics when you get very enmeshed in the story about yourself and what's going on. Yeah. Being hard on yourself, judging yourself, going into states of reactivity. So when you've got a lot of heat or electricity in your system, a lot of agitation, inflammation, yeah, we're likely to go into reactive states. And again, that's why grounding is so important, to be able to respond. Yeah. So again, if that means you need to step back, take some space from what's going on inside of you. Let's talk about external turbulence as well. When we're in reactivity with other people in our lives, there may be time where you need to say a firm no and take some space, take some time out. Yeah. Let the jets cool down, get your own system into balance. What is this other person showing in me? What can I take care of inside of me without trying to fix the other person or make them different or project out? Yeah. What do I need to see within myself? Sometimes you may need to say no. A lot of people are reporting like ends of friendships, relationships, having to move on, having to say no, just not on the same bandwidth anymore, right? And it's just like too much of a frequency gap to bridge, okay? So sometimes it's saying no is the appropriate thing. in certain kinds of situations. And you may feel also too with this expansive energy coming in, you want some new experiences. You may want to move forward in new ways. And there's a lot of, the spring forward movement. It's very forceful. And again, coming into using your discernment, refining, tempering. We're going through spiritual initiations here to be able to ground and embody higher states of consciousness and these higher frequencies coming in. We're actually building new energetic structures, and I spoke about this a year ago. These new energetic structures are arriving. Our soul frequencies, soul essence, higher frequencies coming in to help build and stabilize in new energetic structures, of consciousness, of substance, of energy. Okay, a lot going on, a lot to track, a lot to be with right now. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a grounding breath here together. So again, a lot more higher frequencies, light coming in, revealing, illuminating some very shocking and hard truths in our lives of things that we've just put up with, things that we've lived with for a long time. Yeah. So being very compassionate and very honest with yourself, right? And always, that inner stability has to do with inner integrity. Are you in integrity with your authentic self? Yeah. And we're going to be shown very clearly and very quickly when we're out of integrity. What does that mean? We're running these higher frequencies over through our conditioned ego self. Yeah, those negative expressions of self, whether that's on one end of the spectrum, spiritual arrogance or that inflated sense of self, and on the other side of it, the deflated sense of self, like the low self-esteem, not valuing yourself, yeah? Being submissive to that inner tyrant inside of you, okay? So just watch how that's playing out with inside. Can you just be honestly compassionate with yourself and make those course corrections, yeah? Little corrections to your course. You got the wisdom. You've been around the wheels of karma so many times. You don't have to jump back on for another ride here. It's like, oh yeah, I know where that takes me. Yeah. So step off the wheel, step into that inner witnessing place, that place of inner stability. And take a look around. If I do this, this is likely going to be the outcome. If I do make this different choice, I don't know what the outcome's going to be. It might lead me into an unknown place. That might feel a little bit wobbly as well, having to leave old familiar things behind. Yeah, we're going to feel uncomfortable. That's going to feel unstable. We're going to feel confusion, disorientation, okay? Yeah. So if you're feeling that, you're going through a change in a very deep subconscious emotional pattern that's starting to come to the surface, and you're understanding the dynamics at play, the energetics at play, and giving yourself time to bring that higher consciousness as a light of understanding. It's kind of like we're doing a life review while we're still in our bodies here. Yeah, reviewing. Yeah, a lot of old versions of ourselves. Yeah, any place where we've run this beautiful higher consciousness, spiritual energy of wholeness, over into ego gratifying or diminishing patterns. Yeah. And we just do our course correction. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Let's bring myself over here. Ground into my authentic self. Maybe you don't have no idea what your authentic self is because it feels new. It feels unfamiliar. Yeah. It's not really known territory for parts of ourselves. Yeah. So again, this is where you call on support. Yeah. Higher resources, spiritual resources. Call on your supports here in the real world. Yeah. Good friends, nature, practitioners, books, teachings, that are very grounding. Okay. And we want to also work with those parts of ourselves that are resisting change. Yeah, there's parts of ourselves that have atrophied, yeah, in fear and kind of lockdown states of repetition, that have lost the resiliency and flexibility to adapt and move with changes. So we need to be really patient with parts of ourselves here too. There's a divine timing to all of this, yeah? And it's this trusting and surrendering to this beautiful process that's happening right now, in a very personal way in your life, in a very big collective way, yeah? And there's a beautiful sequencing. When I talk about divine order, divine timing, there's a sequence of how things unfold, just like how flowers, our beautiful spring flowers here, how there's a sequence of how they open, how they unfurl. Yeah? Okay. So just watch if you're pushing or forcing something too hard. You're being too hard on yourself. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. If you're forcing a part of yourself that's not ready to change, you can just make that part of yourself contract into fear even more. Yeah. So you might need to back off in some areas of your life, and other areas you're more than ready to move forward. Okay. So again, try not to destabilize or go into instability in every area of your life here as we're moving forward through this spring and the coming year. Yeah. Yeah, find where you do have some stability in your life, where you can find stable ground. Yeah, well, you need to step back. Whoa, that emotional pattern is totally collapsing. Got to step onto my stable ground and watch it go down, okay? Yeah, or if it's a mental pattern, yeah. Don't go down with it. Don't get spun down with it. Step back, watch it collapse. Yes, we feel grief. Yes, we feel loss when familiar things are going. Yeah, we do. Okay. And just keep moving with it. Alrighty. Okay. Whew. Again, kind of a lot of information. I didn't really want to overload you with more information. Hopefully there's some helpful tips in here for you. If you need one-on-one support, please know that I am available. Also too, website, email links are down below. I want to thank everyone for all the beautiful condolences that you sent and comments from my last video. I mentioned that one of my beautiful spiritual mentors ascended recently. So, feeling that's a big change. That's a big change in my life. Yeah. Other changes in life that shake us at times. Yeah. We have to reorient. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for all your beautiful comments, everything that you share. And again, I always say, please do take the time to read through the comments, because there's surely somebody else who's having a similar experience to you. And we are not in this alone. Yeah, and yet we have a very deep personal experience of this time that we're going through as well. So thank you so much for your time and for listening, and I'll be back with some more insights really soon. Bye for now.